Welcome to the Underground Sound, the podcast for your mom's ass. My name is The Sheep, and on this episode we're going to be talking with LucasJames, aka Skitzo, the godfather of UP hip-hop. This is the first rapper in the UP to ever book and promote his own rap show. The first rapper in the UP to ever record and release his own rap album. And he got several other rappers started in the game as well, including myself. We're going to be talking with LucasJames all about his career. We're going to be talking about how he got started in the rap game. We're going to be talking about how he got expelled from high school because of something that I said on an album. We're going to be talking about the time that we both almost got sued for something we said on an album. We're going to be talking about the time LucasJames almost got signed with the rap group Twiztid. And then we're going to be talking about how Lucas made the transition from party rapper to Christian rapper and what that means to him. It's going to be a great episode. Everybody check it out and then stay tuned after the interview. We're going to have a song or two from LucasJames so you can hear what the man's all about. Without any further ado, check it out now. LucasJames, Skitzo, bitch. I almost had a hornet fly in my truck today. I got out of work and I came and I got in my truck and I unrolled the windows because it was hot and I don't have air conditioning. And the instant I unrolled my window, one of those big dangly, like with the legs that just, yeah, like a big buzzy dangly bastard comes buzzing, and it looked in my window like it was flying by. It like stopped and turned and looks at you. And I thought it was going to fly in, but it decided not to, and it kept going. But I had to roll the windows up real quick.
Yeah,
I didn't actually roll it, though. There's a button.
We had to beat one out of the van this morning at the mall.
A hornet? A wasp?
A wasp. A Richard Wasp.
See, those things, they're out to kill you. That's it.
They're out to kill me, man.
Like a bumblebee, I mean, yeah, you might be allergic to bumblebees, too. I don't know. But, they're harmless, though. They don't sting people unless, they're in danger. They just spread honey and love, and they're like the fuzzy teddy bear of the insect world. They get a bad rap because they look mean. It's like Gizmo from what's that? Gremlins.
Yeah.
He's like the soft, fluffy one that looks like a Furby.
Yeah.
But all the other ones are awful, evil monsters. That's exactly it. Alright, so welcome to the Underground Sound, the podcast for your mom's ass, as we call it.
For your mom's ass.
Episode 4. My name is The Sheep, or my name is Brandon, depending on where you know me from. If you know me from above the bridge, my name is Sheep. If you know me from below the bridge, my name is Brandon. If you know me from in Mexico, my name is Mil Mascaras. But I wear a wrestling mask down there, so I never take it off.
And I'm Luke.
This is
I'm Lucas.
Sitting here today with a good friend of mine.
Forgot we're on a podcast. You got to introduce me.
A brother, almost even, right? LucasJames, aka Skitzo, his former rap name. LJ, right? You were LJ.
Yeah, they used to call me LJ, like Lincoln Jr.
There was
Lincoln Burrows.
Skitz Von Izzo. What was your
my wrestling name,
commentary alias?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Skitz Von Izzo live.
Yeah, and I was Mean Sheep Broken Hand. And then you were also you were Pugsley for a little while, were you not?
Yeah. Which made a lot of sense.
I liked the Pugsley name because you looked like a pug. You looked like Pugsley. From
I looked
Addams
like
Family.
Pugsley, but I had dyed bleach blonde hair.
So you looked like Pugsley from the Addams Family. So the Pugsley name worked for you. But you also looked like Violent J from Insane Clown Posse, did you not?
Yeah, I did.
And so all the older kids in high school, they thought you were cool because they were all juggalos, and then you looked like exactly like Violent J. Exactly like Violent J.
I did.
And then they took a liking to you, didn't they?
Yeah, it's the only reason I had friends.
Yeah. So you were a popular kid in high school, were you not? Because you were, what, a freshman? Hanging with, like, juniors and seniors? Like,
yes.
Going to their parties, just doing the whole, living the life of, like, a junior and senior?
Yeah, I was having fun.
As a scrubby freshman.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So you were, like, just a scrubby kid, and then, like, you just turned into looking like Violent J, and then just, boom, superstardom.
Yeah, it was great. It was wonderful.
Yeah, those were the days.
Yeah, let's not talk about Stephanie Rufato.
The ladies took a liking to young Lucas. But no, we don't need to get into that, I'm sure.
I thought you were going there.
No.
I was going to, like, commentate.
No, but, I mean, we can.
Tate.
No, but, let's see. You were... That's how you got into rapping, though, was it not?
I got into rapping because to be honest, I got into rapping because I heard there was a group of people rapping called the Sioux Hill MCs. And,
were the Sioux Hill MCs before the Juggalo Fun group, which wasn't really... I mean, it was like a fuck around and party and drink beer and rap type thing.
Yeah, Juggalo
But so
Fun
were the
was
Sioux Hill
just
MCs, to be honest. I mean, but
Well,
they actually recorded
Yeah,
something.
they had an album.
Ooh, they were the first. So one of the main reasons I want to do this, we'll get into this here, is because your story is very cool. Because, like, the people that know me or follow my shit from my music career up in the UP, a lot of those people that were around from my era weren't around back when you started. So a lot of people aren't even, that might know my music, aren't even familiar with your music. They might hear your voice quite a bit because you're on like every other song I do, though.
Yeah,
but,
I'm like P. Diddy.
But, I mean, there was a whole scene before there was a scene. And you, well, the Sioux MCs, but you and the Sioux MCs kind of started that scene. They were like the first legit rap group in the UP, right? Or at least in as far as we knew of, right?
Yeah. Besides crippled DJ Dirk, Jeff Erickson.
Yeah, MC Cripple and DJ something. Yeah, Dirk.
Crippled DJ
I had that
Dirk.
CD. Yeah, but that was. I don't know if that counts.
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't know.
So the Sioux Hill MCs, they're from Sioux Hill, Michigan. It's like a hillbilly town, right?
It's
like kind of a four-wheel, like a...
It's a township.
It's like where all the kids get bussed in from to go to school. That part of town. Anyway, so they're rappers, and they had, like, legit rap songs, right? Like, they recorded their own music. They didn't do covers. They didn't, like, make... they wrote and recorded their own shit, right?
Yeah, they made their own beats, and then they recorded it on a tape player, and then they recorded the tape player back onto the computer.
Okay. And then there was, like, what, 3 or 4 of them, and they all sucked. Maybe one of them was good-ish.
The Master.
The Master was good-ish, yeah.
Jason the Master Engelbertson.
Who's actually a super cool guy. Very into politics, too. He's a smart motherfucker.
Yeah, he's a CPA now.
But, so, yeah, he's a cool guy, but the other guys were kind of douches.
The other guys really sucked.
And they sucked, and you heard this, and you go, I can rap better than that, right?
Pretty much, I said, hey...
And did you do anything before that at all? Like, you were just a kid that listened to rap music?
Yeah, I knew that I could rap better in my bedroom listening to Naughty by Nature than they could make an album.
All right. So, was this before you were the coolest kid in high school?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Car just drove by going 90 down a residential. I saw on the way here there were like 3 cops pulled over a car of teenagers. And it was like, reminded me of Escanaba quite a bit. Which is sad because this is like Grand Rapids, or it was like Walker or whatever the fuck it is down there. But yeah, I mean, something I'd expect to see there.
Grand Rapids is like Escanaba without the meth.
Yeah.
Take that.
There's a lot less
Escanaba.
meth. But before there was meth, there was you as a rapper, right?
Yes.
Okay, so was this before you were cool? Or did you start rapping after you were cool?
I was always cool.
Yeah, but I mean, like, where people like knew who you were. People were like, "Hey, that's the kid that looks like Violent J."
No, yeah, everyone knew me as the kid who looked like Violent J, and
then you started rapping.
Yeah, it was originally during the walkout riot of 2001.
That was like, was that like the birth time?
Yeah.
That was like day zero for Skitzo?
Yeah.
Okay. I remember that day very clearly. It was great. We were at, it was high school, and there was a talent show, the night before, the weekend before? It was, I don't know. No, it was the night before, I think.
It was the night before.
And there was one act that did, your buddies there, they did an ICP song, and they swore, and of course they made it ridiculous. But they kind of took credit, I thought. There was the other kid that did, like a weird love song, and it had a swear in it, and he got suspended too. So everybody was like kind of protesting more for him, but like,
yeah.
Then the other crew kind of like hyped it up too, and it just became a big thing. So literally, like all the kids organized a walkout of high school, and we all walked out of high school to protest over a swearing.
Yes.
And people getting suspended.
You know what? And I'll be honest, I walked outside, and they put me on the news. They're like, "Hey, this guy looks like Violent J."
You were on the news when they were there, like covering it, because there was newspaper and like cameras.
Like
and
the
shit.
cameras. I was there on the news,
and they interviewed you.
And they interviewed me. I was pushed to the front of the line by the people who did the song, and they said, "He's gonna talk for us."
Okay, so you were like their manager. You were like, you were like their mic guy, huh?
Yeah, they were like, "Hey, put him on TV." I said, "Okay," but then everybody else went and protested, and I went back to class. I was one of the only ones that went back to class.
I walked into class late.
I was responsible.
And it was Mrs. Hampton. Remember her at all?
I don't.
She was a substitute. She taught English, and she was a substitute for like 2 years before she actually got a teaching gig. And she was like, I gave every substitute shit, but I gave her shit especially because she was kind of like Mrs. Wright. Like, she fed into it, you know? Like, so, yeah, eventually she became a teacher, and I ended up getting her, which was lame. And then, yeah, she was the class I had after the protest, and I walked in late, and there was actually, like, other kids in there, and she just, like, I don't remember if she tried to kick me out or if she just gave me shit in front of the class, and I flipped her off, and she was like, "Okay, go to the office." And I went down there, and Mrs. Molesky, because I'd been kicked out of this class like 100 times, and I was already failing it. Mrs. Molesky's like, "Just go to your locker, grab that book. You're done in that class."
Nice.
I'm like, okay, sweet. So you were a rapper?
Rapper.
You started rapping after this protest. You put out an album, Ghetto Fabulous, right? And this was just like jacked beats and like a mixtape. Like, it became to be known as, I don't think, was the term mixtape even really around at that point?
I'm sure it was.
Like, it became cool at some point to rap over stolen beats and like put it out for like cheap or free independently.
Yeah.
And then, but you did that first, and then it was this.
I invented the mixtape.
You invented the mixtape.
Oh,
and
man.
then
it never even dawned on me.
Did you? Was Shit Stain Records invented at the same time, or did that come later?
Yeah, Shit Stain Records.
So Shit Stain Records, you and Spike Turd, right?
Yes, Michael.
And you still own the rights to everything Tommy Quest does for the rest of his life, right?
Yeah, we own Tommy Quest, Son Quest.
Okay, yeah, he's somebody I'd like to interview sometime too. He's big in the local music scene that we're from, but you own them. I mean, you can cash in on those rights anytime. I've seen the contract, so
yeah.
I mean, if he wants to talk about it, I've seen it. Spike still keeps all of that. He has it,
yeah,
just in case, and he'll break it out too. He's the type of person that will cash in on that contract.
It's great. I love going to Michael's or Spike Turd's house.
He's got things we don't even have, like the Criminal Mind. Remember that we did like 3 different covers for that? I wish I had. At one point, I thought we had all 3. Thought I had all 3, but I don't anymore.
We did?
Yeah, there was one with your face, one with my face, and one with the Criminal Mind skull. We thought we were fancy back then.
What?
Yeah. And they came with a sticker at the time. One of them had a sheep sticker, one of them had a Skitzo sticker, and one had a Hokum sticker. And it was all like random because the cover was the same. So we had, you don't even remember that.
I have.
All right, so
that has been taken out of my memory.
All right, so let's backtrack till we get to that point.
Right.
Ghetto Fabulous. Yeah, he's basically, I mean, you know, just in so many words, it's essentially a big Juggalo album, is it not?
No,
You were a huge Juggalo at the time, right?
I despised all juggalos.
No, not at that time. You did not.
You
were a kid that would go out on Halloween and pour 2 liters over your head and dance around under the trees, right?
Speculation.
Okay.
I drink Pepsi.
You do now, yes.
Always. I've always drank. I've always drank Pepsi.
We made a Faygo Red Pop scissor milkshake one time.
Sure did.
Lil Wayne does scissor. We invented the scissor milkshake, and it was not delicious.
It wasn't great at all, but it sure did make my face numb.
Yeah, it was good stuff.
Very quickly.
Okay, so was there beef between you and the Sioux Hill MCs at this point, or what happened from there? You put yourself on the map. And I think you did a better job because I heard of you and I had a copy of your CD. I didn't buy it. I don't think I stole it from somebody.
Probably stole it from my locker.
No, but the Sioux MCs I had never heard of, but I had your CD. So was there beef?
No.
Were you guys fighting over territory?
I didn't like Shaman.
Was it because of things we don't want to talk about here? Purely? Just that?
No, I didn't like Shaman because he was
the shaman, right? He was a shaman.
He was a terrorist.
Oh my god.
I was convinced.
Even back then, before 9/11?
Yeah, I knew it.
It was before 9/11 this was it?
Was
it? No.
Yeah, it was.
2001. You had your CD out before 2001? Yeah, you did. You did, didn't you? Yeah, you did. It was 2000.
My record came out October 20th, 2000.
Okay. So that was that. All right. So
it was so awesome.
I hear this CD and then like immediately I'm having like the same reaction you had with the Sioux Hill MCs.
Yeah, I know.
Only my difference is I've never ever rapped a word in my life, but I was a writer and I was like, I could write a better song than this, for sure. So that's how I felt about it. I was like, fuck this kid, you know what I mean? And walking around looking like Violent J and everything. But I think, it's just my initial reaction to everybody, though. I don't like anybody until I meet them because I'm a dick. But I did with mine and Clem's apartment was the first time that we met, correct?
No.
When was it then? Just look at me with your sunglasses on.
It is nighttime. These lights are really bright.
No, at least you're outside, though. If we were indoors, I'd question it.
Yeah. I think the first time we met, you'd cornered me in a bathroom.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And you threatened to beat me up.
Yeah, I did. Because you were messing with my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, this kid's more down than you'll ever be.
Yeah, you were teasing him because he's never been to an ICP concert before.
Oh, yeah.
But he was a big ICP listener on the CDs.
Yeah.
So I vouched for him. And it just goes back to, like, oh, fuck this kid walking around thinking he's all cool. But when I did actually meet you, you were pretty cool. I thought, we clicked like pretty much instantly, did we not?
Yes.
Yeah, you were at, me and my buddy Clem had an apartment. We were in high school and we were moved out of our parents' house. And had like the flop house party house. And you came over with the older cool crew.
Yeah.
And they like peer pressured you into intoxicating yourself heavily for the first time, right? That was high school. Come on, that's 20 years ago. It happened.
20 years ago?
10, was it? Yeah.
I'm 31 years old.
It's 2016. That was circa 2001. So that was 15 years ago, my brother. You're old as shit.
That is,
You're an old ass man.
that makes me feel really old.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So, I don't know.
I mean, not like every day. Not like the everyday old. Like, oh, you got 3 kids and you own a house old. Not like you get dirty and you drive a work van old. But like,
I wear my sunglasses at night and my Public Enemy t-shirt old.
Private Enemy.
And he's got Adidas on too, so
Yes.
he's keeping it very hip hop today. I'll say that.
Always.
So, and he just shit his pants on live microphone. I hope that got picked up.
Oh, I do. We might have to pause this.
Why do you gotta go?
I think a little.
Wipe yourself.
I really think I just pooped my pants.
All right.
Oh, I'm back.
You're okay. You're good.
Yeah.
All right. I thought we were gonna have to maybe do a cut there. So
That was all that. I ate a lot of broccoli for dinner.
broccoli make you poop yourself?
Broccoli make you poo poo?
Is that what it is?
Broccoli
Is
make you poo
is that what
poo?
that does? Yeah. Okay. So I don't think it was that night, right? But we started like you found out that I rapped or that I wrote rap songs.
Yes.
Clem vouched for me. He said he was snooping through my
He
notebooks.
was sneaking through your shit.
Yeah, and he's like, yeah, he writes raps. So
He was like, you write songs about girls.
the first song was Popular Girl.
Yeah,
The first song we did.
Brady.
So we weren't even like a group or like doing an album or anything at that point. It was just like, hey, I wrote this song about a girl. You want to write a song about a girl and do a song about a girl?
And I said, yes.
So we did a song about a girl. Each, not the same girl. That would have been strange.
Yeah. They were friends.
But, yeah.
That
Wasn't everybody that goes to the same high school?
No.
No. Okay. Anyway. So that led to like me starting to rap and start becoming like an actual rapper, right? So like I crossed the threshold from writing songs to recording songs, and you kind of took me under your wing, right? And I was like your second project because you got Frantic up and running like a minute before me too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so
Ken
essentially, you like, Sue Hill MCs aside, you pretty much like godfathered hip hop in the UP, did you not? Flatter yourself, Luke. You did. I mean,
I did.
that's why I want to tell the story.
Oh, I did.
I mean, who knows? Like NMU, up in Marquette was college, so who knows who came through there for 2 years that rapped and then left town again. But I mean, as far as like being from the UP and like planting a flag and creating music, you were it for hip hop. I mean, there were like bar bands.
Yes.
But I mean, not only like writing and recording your own music, but like you were the first to do your own show, correct?
Yes.
Like not just like do like bar band cover songs, like getting booked as entertainment. Like you rented a building. It's like, this is my building for the day, my show. I'm gonna promote it, flyers, sell tickets, or whatever.
Yeah. I was 15.
You pressed and released your own CDs. You didn't just like sing music. You recorded it and sold it.
Yeah.
On CD. Did you do any tapes? You had a tape, did you not?
I still had.
I remember seeing a tape.
See, that's the only thing that
You
I
still have the tape?
Yeah.
Well, see, if you were an actual superstar and not an old man, that would be worth a lot of money right now. So, did you have, like, were you always looking for, like, a partner in crime to rap with? Because you started with Frantic, and then you picked me up along the way. You didn't, like, seek me out, but it just kind of, like, happened. But, I mean, did you, like, always prefer to, like, do a group or at least have somebody along with you, or did it just kind of...
I was always looking for friends.
Okay, so you were just a guy with friends. And if some of them rapped, then that's cool,
I
right?
was always a fan of the Wu-Tang Clan. So I always wanted a crew. But I liked hanging out with people. Contrary to popular belief, I actually like hanging out with people.
Yeah? You did once upon a time?
No, I still do.
Before you became a curmudgeon?
What? What the hell's a curmudgeon?
GTS it, man. So, yeah. So anyway, we recorded an album, and speaking of 9/11, we put it out on the 1-year anniversary of 9/11.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, and that was just to be complete smartasses and dicks about it, because why not completely make fun of 9/11 a year after it happened?
Yeah,
I mean, we didn't make fun of it. We just thought it was amusing to do that.
well, it isn't like we actually knew what it meant at the point.
Yeah, I mean, high school kids, you know. Once it, you know.
I don't regret it.
No, of course not at all.
I don't really regret.
Yeah, we didn't do any mockery on the album or anything like that ever.
Not
Not of them.
Yeah.
We did mockery of pretty much everything else, though. High school girls, lots of high school girls were talked about on the album. Right?
Yeah, you did get me kicked out of school. It was good.
Yeah. I would have got kicked out of school too, but I was already out of school, so it was all just the weight of it all just came down onto you. And it was my line, I think, that officially got me kicked out.
I didn't say anything.
Well,
I didn't say anything at all.
Well, you had the ones about the girls, the dopey twins, and the other girl that got filmed, which in this day and age would be like really bad. But back then it wasn't that big of a deal.
No.
Nothing we did. You were just talking about an incident that happened with one of the jocks and some girls and getting filmed when they weren't aware of it. But anyway, yeah, so you didn't get kicked out. You got like suspended, right? Or were you like?
No, I legitimately got
they like
kicked out of school
for forever or for like the year. Like you were what's the
for
word?
semester. I was a senior.
What's the word for it?
Expelled?
Yeah, that's when
kind
they
of.
kick you
I was
out
like
forever.
partially expelled, but that's like a long suspension. But they didn't have a long suspension. It was like because it was September and then October came around and everyone was pissed off about the album, and then I would get confronted in the hallway all the time about it, and then it just boiled down to me spitting in a girl's face and.
Did you? So I'm a year older than you, so I was out of high school by this time, and you were just you just had all of this heat coming on you from it, hey?
Yeah.
But on the flip side, it made it well talked about, which was, controversy. I mean, I don't know if we made any cash, but it did create some hype.
It would have sold if we would have known how to sell records.
We had a couple, though. The original one had... I don't remember how many was pressed up, but there was an original version, and then we had to go back and make an edited version so we didn't get sued. Because I remember, were you working at Burger King the day
Martin F. Fatante walked in?
there was no, he was the lawyer. We got that too. Was that two separate things? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're high school kids, and we're rapping on an album about popular high school girls that are cunty bitches, basically, and one way or another. So, yeah. So the one girl takes a special. She gets especially butthurt about it. This was a girl that I rap. Not only was it me that said it, it was on my solo song, my only solo song on the entire album that you didn't even have like 3 words.
I didn't say a word on it. No. I didn't say a single word.
Yeah, so you got kicked out of school for it. But
guilt by association.
Did you get sent the letters too, or was that just me?
No, I got it.
So we got.
I actually got them hand delivered to me.
We got cease and desist letters. I think mine was mailed. I don't remember if it was hand delivered. But then I remember a cop came to see me at Burger King too while I was working.
Yeah.
Were you there that day?
No. The cop came to my house.
Okay, so you had a similar visit.
I was so high that day.
Happened to be at work, and the cop came and was like, "You did." And I was a dick back then. Like I mean, even back then, I don't know if it was just stupidity or like what it was, rebelliousness. But I was like, the cops like told me to stop selling the album basically, and I said no, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm like, can I get arrested for this? He's like, well, no, but she asked you very nicely not to do
that's pretty much what he said.
Like,
It said to me
fuck
too.
off then.
Like I was just sitting at the house with Dowling and Spike Turd.
Yeah.
And the cop knocks on the door. He's like, hey, you guys can't sell these anymore. I'm like, yeah, I can. You know what I mean? Like, what was I, 16 years old. I'm like, what are you, your Constitution police? I mean, I was in government class. You can't tell me anything,
no.
cop.
No, but we could get sued.
Maybe.
So we did amend the album so we didn't get sued.
Yes.
Though both of us were pretty not wealthy, so the suing us probably wouldn't have got very much far either. My parents didn't have shit.
Exactly. What are you going to sue my parents?
Yeah.
Are you going to take their Social Security and bridge card? You know what I mean?
It was some rich bitch, too, nonetheless. You know what I mean? Like,
we're going to sue these people for the groceries.
Yeah.
Section 8.
Yeah, that they pay
voucher.
for anyway, you know?
Yeah.
So, no. We did change the album. Spike Turd, I think, has the only existing copy that's unedited. I do have a digital copy.
Yeah.
But I do not have a physical, unedited, original press copy of that album. It was called, the group was Hokum, Hokum, which is like,
and we're back.
Hokum was like a, like verbal nonsense is essentially what it means.
Yeah,
right?
something apparently impressive or legitimate, but at the same time incomplete, insincere, and total nonsense.
So it's complete nonsense. And we were rappers, so it was, we named the album Verbal Nonsense. We misspelled it, so it was like Verabble. And yeah, it was a very creative cover too. It was green. Construction paper with black printed on it.
Yeah, it was. And it was cut very crooked.
Yeah, absolutely. It was homemade. I mean,
those were trapezoids.
Sure. Well, I mean, it would be again if we were not a bunch of shit bums. We were like rich superstars. That would be worth a lot of money today.
Yeah.
So we formed a rap group. We became very good buddies. I spent like my entire life at your house, recording songs and that sort of thing. And then we do a lot of shows back in the Verbal Nonsense era.
You asking?
Yeah.
We did
couple at least.
Several.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
We did a couple.
Yeah. So we just kept plugging away doing the shows, mostly at the Delft at this point, right? The Delft was already the place to be renting out and doing our own shit.
Yeah, we had a shower curtain.
Yeah, we did a show with we painted up a shower curtain. Yeah, fuck yeah, we did.
Yeah.
And we had a Santa hat, we had Burger King shirts.
And we had a dancing monkey on stage.
We had a minky, yeah,
a
absolutely.
minky, yeah.
So, around this time, you were also still a solo rapper. So you were like probably at this point mainly a solo rapper because you had like 2 or 3 solo albums, 1 Hokum album.
Yes.
So you're primarily a singles rapper. You're working on a singles project, and at the same time, you're still a huge juggalo. Just admit it.
Speculation.
And this was the time that Twiztid was leaving Psychopathic Records for the first time, not the second time that they actually did it. But back in 2003, did they do that?
Yeah, they did.
Okay, so 2003, or it was close to then anyway. You sent in a demo of your own shit, 3 solo songs. Couldn't send in Hokum songs. Heaven forbid we send in anything with sheep on it. So, so you send in your single shit to this label.
Yeah. I did.
And you get a callback.
I did. I really did.
Explain this. So like this is a group that you go to their concerts. We went to their concerts a million times. The double Milwaukee show. Come on, man, you can't beat that shit. So
yeah, that was weird. That was before. That.
Oh yeah, yep. So
we were really huge Twiztid fans.
Yes.
I'm not gonna say juggalo.
Well, in any event, you should.
Anyways, I sent in a demo, and the guy got, they were sitting there at eating a burger.
Okay, so they got a website. Hold on, they got a website, right?
Yeah.
And they posted on their website. They had websites back in 2003, right?
They did.
And that's where it was posted. They had like an address, like they were soliciting demos, right?
Correct.
Okay, so you sent one in.
And I said, I'm going to get signed.
And you were one of 2 people. The other guy was a rapper named Q Strange, who actually got to make a nice little career out of himself on the independent scene because people actually heard about him getting talked to by Twiztid.
Oh, yeah.
That one was actually public. But nobody heard shit about yours, and everybody thought you were a liar. But this actually happened. So you sent it in. How long until they gave a call?
10 days.
Really? About 10 days. And this is when we were at Country Kitchen eating fat, greasy cheeseburgers, right?
Correct.
This was the first time you heard from him.
Yep.
And we're sitting there, and the burger's dripping down on the table, like I say in the song. And your phone, you had a cell phone, right?
Yeah, for some reason I had my parents' cell phone in my pocket.
And you're a big baller with a cell phone.
Look at that. Look at that distortion.
Was that my cough?
Yeah. Look at that. Oh, there it goes
distortion.
Again.
God, I'm going to have to clean that up.
See?
So, okay, so what did he, this was funny. So, he basically calls, and you answer the phone, hello? Hello? And they say, and it's Tom Dub, right? And he says, what?
Yeah, like, here, you be Tom Dub.
I don't know what Tom said, that's why I'm asking.
Oh, no, he was like,
I'll be you. Hello?
No, I was like, he's like, hey, this is Tom Dub with Twiztid.
With Twiztid, though, not with Magic Records.
Yeah.
Or with, nothing, just with Twiztid.
Yeah, with Twiztid. And I said, yeah, right. He goes, no, it really is. And we got your record, or we got your demo or whatever. And I cut him off, and I said,
you basically said, like, let me call you back, I'm eating a burger.
Yeah, I said,
and who says that?
Legitimately said,
I am the call of your lifetime. Hey, I'm eating a burger.
I am eating the biggest burger in my life right now.
It was.
And then I think I said, if this is really him, give me a call back in 20 minutes.
Okay, so yeah, I was there with you. So you were like, I think I was playing with the coloring crayons on the placemat, and then you told me the story, and I didn't believe you. And then as we finished our burger and we were walking back to your house, I think we were kind of both thinking, like, he's never going to call back. No, you just fucked up. We were sitting in your room, waiting, staring at the wall. Nothing. Yeah. Seemed like forever. I don't know how long it took him to actually call back, but it seemed a lot longer than 20 minutes. But he did call back.
Yep.
So then he said what?
He said, hey, we really like your stuff. We want to have you come down here so we can meet. You can meet with the crew, and we will talk details then.
And down here was downstate when we lived in the UP.
Correct.
Okay, so that was that. How much more communication was there between you and him or them before we took that trip down there?
I talked to Tom Dub probably 3 times before we went to Farmington Hills.
And what was talked about at this point? Was there any creative, any this, that, or just kind of touching base like, hey, you still coming down?
Pretty much.
Here's where you can find us.
Exactly.
Okay.
Hey, where are you staying? Okay, cool.
Yeah. Don't let me offer to pay for it or anything.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey, you guys are driving 8 hours and you're staying in a hotel? Okay, cool. We'll see ya.
Yeah. And then,
no, I'll reimburse you for gas money. No business like nothing.
No, and then
which we didn't care because we were fanboys, so we were like just excited to go see Twiztid.
Yeah.
And get
like at the time, I was kind of scared because I was talking to Kibler,
which was the wise man of the group at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, "What are you gonna do?" And I said, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "You're on probation. You can't leave."
You were on probation.
Yeah.
You couldn't leave. You couldn't leave the UP. You couldn't leave the county.
I couldn't leave the county.
Okay.
Because I was on probation, something like that. And like I had a meeting with my probation officer, like that. It was like Friday.
Did
or
you
something.
tell him then? You just reasoned with him, like, dude, I'm gonna get a record deal?
Kibler went in to my probation officer,
spoke on your behalf, like a manager,
pretty much, and said, "Hey, this kid's got an opportunity, to
make something of his life instead of being a shit bum in this town, and you're gonna hold him back if you don't let him go."
Pretty much.
Okay, so
And then he paid all my fines off too.
Kibler did?
Yeah.
Wow, he must have thought very highly of you.
Yeah, he did.
So was this
Ken Bibler.
was this the time? Is that when you made the choice to take him along with you then?
Yeah.
What led? Okay, so him basically assuming the role of manager, which he would have been a great fit for. You know, he was the smartest one at the time, had his head on straight. I was just a stupid pothead. You were just a rapping kid, and then you brought L Dubs as well, which was your DJ that you had a hard on for.
I love L Dubs.
Yeah. You and L Dubs.
Love you, L Dubs.
L Chubbs over there with his rosy cheeks. Good guy. So, and then me, of course, because I was the rapping sidekick. So I go down with you. We all go down, and we have this meeting. First thing we did, we checked in the hotel, did all that drama. Then Tom Dubb actually came and met us there, right?
Yeah.
And you rode with him
Yep.
to the office. We followed. And the whole time we were following, we were marking out pretty much the whole time. We were just like, holy shit. We're going to go see Twiztid. This
is stuff that I never heard.
Yeah. So we were just talking about how cool it was, essentially. And then what was going on in your vehicle?
He's just talking about how excited he was about the demo. He kept on.
Yeah?
Yeah, he played. I made a song called Wicked World, and it was to a 3/6 beat. And we listened to that 2 times from the, or 2 or 3 times from the hotel.
So clearly he was into your darker stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And your demo was kind of geared towards that because you knew that anyway, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pandering.
Yeah, sure. Of course. Why not?
Why not?
So...
So yeah, he was just playing that. And he was like, "Man, this is great." And talking about how Monoxide loved when I said "increase to the deceased" and all that stuff. You know,
Which you just essentially bit his line, did you not?
Yeah.
But he liked that.
Yeah.
Whatever. Strikes me as a guy that would probably get pissed about that, to be honest with you. But anyway, so we get there. We go into the warehouse, which is like their front office, which, if I remember, it was all tinted out. Like the windows, you couldn't see. There was no sign on the door. There was no way you could know who or what was in this building. Yep. It was just like a warehouse in like an industrial district type area, kind of, right?
Yeah, like a business industrial area. Yeah.
Okay, so we go in there. It's like a small little front room, and there's like a computer desk in each corner, and that was for whoever was working there. And we went through a back room. And then there was that was the warehouse, right? And that's where they stored the T-shirts and all that shit.
It's where they had 75 boxes for Benny the Ball.
Yeah,
ready to ship.
Yeah, all going out to Benny the Ball, all his T-shirts and everything. And then they had their stage sets, right? They had all the big props and everything that they had.
Yeah,
it was their storage warehouse. And I don't remember doing much there. We played hack a little bit.
Smoked weed.
Smoked a little bit of weed. Not very good stuff, I remember. Blaze came through at that point. He was there. He was one of the rappers on Psychopathic with Twiztid. There? He made fun of our matching shirts there, too. He was a dick just right off the bat. Yeah. He made fun of our matching shirts and then something about Dubs' Wu-Tang tat, right?
Yep.
Okay. But he was just being a sarcastic dick. I mean, it's the same thing that we would do. We just don't know him, so we take it a little more personally.
Yeah.
But, it's no more than me ribbing you for...
It would be like 18-year-old kids meeting us now.
Sure, yeah. Make fun of them a little bit, a bunch of punk kids, But, so then we went... Now, this time you rode with Blaze in his famous brown bomber that he rapped about.
Yeah.
We were going... Because Twiztid didn't meet us at the shop. We went to Monoxide's house.
Correct.
So we drove somewhere out into the burbs.
Yeah, we went to 12676 Aslip Drive in Roseville, Michigan.
Yes, that's exactly where it was. Went down in the basement. He had a Christmas tree down there, right? And it was July.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that specifically. And Madrox was not there yet.
No, he wasn't.
And So, yeah, it was all just pleasantries, just bullshitting, really. No business being talked at this point.
Lots of weed was smoked between.
Madrox came down, and he was super big, huge.
He couldn't
quiet.
He could not fit down the stairs without bending halfway over.
He was quiet, though. And Monoxide kept rolling joints like they were going to fucking stop existing tomorrow.
Pretty much.
And,
leftovers from Christmas, he said. Because he holds up a big turkey bag full of the greenest marijuana you ever seen in your life.
And this was before, like, medical marijuana was big. Because nowadays, like, that kind of stuff's plentiful. But back in that day, it was, like,
I saw
the brickweed days.
Yeah.
Yeah, that post I had on Facebook today.
Yeah, you never... No, the kids will never know.
No,
they'll never know what it's like to smoke weed that tastes like soap and coffee.
That stuff doesn't even exist anymore.
At the same
You gotta
time.
like pound on it with a hammer just to break it into pieces.
Yeah.
But
rodents.
most of this day was not even, no business was talked at all. This was like just bullshitting, them getting to know us as people, all four of us.
Correct.
And then there was a little bit of business talk towards the end. I remember, was this where a name was pitched for the group?
Yeah, they wanted us to be white trash.
They wanted to call us white trash. We were Hokum. And at the time, we were very adamant that we stay Hokum.
Yes.
We're Hokum. They also did not like the name Skitzo, but they did like the name Sheep.
Yeah, they hated the name Skitzo.
Because there was like 12 of them. But you later changed your name Skitzo anyway to LucasJames, which is a much better name anyway.
That's my real name.
Kinda.
My name is Lucas.
It's not your real name.
My name is George Fibonacci.
But white trash, and they had this. They were like, okay, so the album cover's gonna have a locker, because we were like essentially high school kids still. We were like, yeah, and it's gonna have a locker, and it's gonna have like a leather jacket. It's gonna have like a bag of weed falling out. There's gonna be like a gat there, and like a bunch of other shit like that, right? Essentially, just like right? That was,
yeah, the homicidal and heartbroken album cover.
Yeah, essentially. So we were gonna be like Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold, the rap group, right?
Pretty much.
With a white trashy, like, tattooed, trailer park touch to it, too, I guess.
They just kept on thinking about Columbine and white trash with tattoos.
Yes. And that was the same time that album came out with white trash with tattoos, so that was clearly that was something that they wanted to do more than just a song.
And they're clearly feeding off of the song Wicked World.
Which was a song about shooting up
your school.
Yeah, of course.
Why not?
Which
is fun, because, I mean, at least they listened.
And in hindsight, I mean, might not have been a terrible
It would have been the
project
worst,
for that label at that time.
Worst project in the world for that label.
And then, okay. And then there was that, and then talks about going out on the tour that they had going on.
Yeah.
As like a mystery, like just come out, open up, do like 3 songs, and
smash
get the fuck
15
off
minutes
the stage.
and get off, yeah.
And like no announcement of who we are, why we are, nothing, just gone, in and out, to kind of get people buzzing.
F Dukes.
Who are these guys? Which, like, I go back and I laugh about Q Strange, because at that time they had announced that they were in talks with Q Strange, which kind of got people talking about him, because everybody was always up Twiztid's ass. At least that market, the fan base knew what they were doing, and they knew that they were looking into this guy Q Strange to sign. So everybody started listening to him and wanting to try to figure out who he was.
Yep.
Nobody ever mentioned Skitzo or Hokum or no. So we didn't get anything off of that. We got the hometown hype though. Came back, everybody like heard about it, believed it finally, and then like everything changed. Like my girlfriend that had dumped me before I went down there wanted to come back.
A girl that never wanted to talk to me at all ever.
Yeah, suddenly
was my girlfriend.
Yeah.
I was
remember that.
drunk for about a month straight.
Yeah. Yeah, times were good, right? Superstars.
Yeah, it was great.
Okay, so this is the point, and this is like, I want to talk about this because I think this is key here, and this is kind of what made my career in the long run, is that...
Oh, this is about you?
Yeah, because at this time...
this whole conversation is about you.
No, but
we're just building up to you.
No, but at this...
The whole thing.
At this...
You come over to my house.
Yeah, I wanted to do this to put myself over in the end. Yes,
All
absolutely.
Right. Great.
No, but...
sure thing, Vince.
At this point in time, playing footsie with me, queer.
We're far too close.
But at this point, I was one of, if not the worst rappers on the planet. And nobody liked me as a rapper. Everybody that we hung out with, everybody that had your ear was like, ditch sheep, he sucks. And Twiztid said the same thing, did they not?
They did.
Okay, so this became an issue at this point, right?
Yes.
Talk to me about that. What happened there?
I received several phone calls at the time from Tom Dub and from Blaze and from Monoxide.
All three of them.
All three of them.
Yeah.
That said, hey, we love your demo. We love what you're about. We love what you're sending. But the other guy that's in your group
sucks ass.
They just said we're not feeling him.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I mean,
legit.
They weren't mean about it.
No. They were nice about it.
No, they were really nice.
Okay, because I mean, at this point in time, I mean, I'll admit, it don't hurt my feelings. None. I was no good at this point.
You had a hard time breathing while walking.
But I smoked like 5 packs a day, and I'm 700 pounds, so I mean, it's gonna happen. But not only that, but I was like only rapping for maybe 2 years tops. Recorded like 1.5 albums. Yeah, just not a good rapper. But okay, so they did they give you an ultimatum, or was it just like trying to convince you, like, hey, we just don't want to like rub you the wrong way, but you gotta put this guy to the side?
They pretty much gave me the ultimatum.
Okay, like if you want this deal, kick him to the curb.
Pretty much.
Not even as like a hype man or like a tag along, nothing.
No.
So you would have been. They wanted you like.
They wanted me to be with
just by yourself or with L Dubs as a DJ.
With L Dubs, and they kept on asking about Tommy D.
Tommy D, because he because he was in the demo picture.
In the demo picture,
and he looked pretty.
Yeah.
He was a handsome guy.
Like,
did you tell him that he was a minky?
I told him he was like a guy who danced on stage with an axe. Like that guy.
Yeah.
Because they had talked about. Remember, they talked about us doing the being the dudes that dance on stage.
Yeah, they wanted us to be them, do their laundry. Like, they did all that shit for ICP. Yeah. They were the clowns. They did their laundry. They were their bitches. So yeah. They wanted us to fill that role as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you're kind of you're like at a dilemma then at this point, because you're like, I got the sheep. He's my best friend. We're a rap group. Nobody thinks we should be a rap group. What do I do?
Yeah.
And what did you do?
We tried to coach you to be better.
Yeah, you did. Yep.
We're like, we can turn it around, guys. We can turn it around.
Mm-hmm. So, the deal obviously ended up falling through because you're not a superstar at this point. What happened? It wasn't just me at that point, was it? There were a number of things going on.
No. Twiztid did their whole...
They defaulted their own label at that point, right?
Yeah.
They released their table and went back to Psychopathic.
Yeah, they released the Green Book. Tom Dub split with his third of the business.
He ripped him off, that's right.
He didn't really rip him off.
Kind of, but not really. Well, he took his share and just said, fuck y'all.
Yeah, it was 33.3%. It was split 3 ways. Tom Dub, Monoxide, Madrox.
But he had no interest in staying in it. He was just like, I'm going to take my Green Book money.
The Green Book money was, he said, the way that, because Blaze was the one that called, and
he was the one that was talking you through all the news, essentially. Because you were on the phone with him more than anybody, weren't you?
Yeah.
Or Tom.
I was on the phone with Blaze.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Chris. Hey.
Yeah, Chris.
I'm like, hey, it's Luke from Escanaba.
Right.
That's that. He knew me as Luke from Escanaba,
Mm-hmm.
and he was Chris. But no, he called up. He's like, yeah, guys made a bunch of money off this album and Dub split. That's pretty much how he put it.
He just said, so we're not looking to sign anybody now. We don't have a label anymore.
Yeah, he's pretty much like everything.
Shop.
Yeah, everything's falling apart. We're gonna pack up and go.
So poor Q Strange didn't get his record deal.
Yeah,
but he did get a good little following.
Yeah, but
whereas
he still eats babies and stuff.
Me and you went back to obscurity, right?
Yeah, and this was after I quit Taco Bell too.
Tell that story real quick.
I had a record deal, so I went back to Taco Bell, where I was working at the time, and my manager made me upset one night. So I was cleaning the lobby and stood up on a table with a bucket full of dirty mop water and dumped it all over the floor and walked out.
Like a movie scene.
Yeah.
Like fuck you guys, I'm out of here.
Pretty much like, hey, why am I working here if I don't want to work here? I'm going to go get drunk because I have a record deal and I don't want to work at Taco Bell anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I went back to Taco Bell.
Right. Okay. So at this point, I remember this pissing me off quite a bit because all the other people, and rightfully so in their own right, I think a guy like a Kibler, a guy like an L Dubs, I think they were kind of riding your coattails a little bit, whereas I was always there all along, and I think that pissed me off a lot. You know what I mean? Like they were trying to push me out of the picture, even though deep down I knew that I probably, that I wasn't carrying my own weight. I was a way bigger part of the movement than they were. They were like Johnny-come-latelys to it, even though I think Dubs was around before I ever was, but not really. You know what I mean? Not to the extent. These people weren't sleeping on your floors and making music till 3 a.m. every single night. So that really put a huge fucking chip on my shoulder, like big time. So we both took about a year off, and then I got divorced already, and I moved back to the UP from Florida, and then I came back with a record, and you came back with a Band-Aid on your nose? Why? Was it a Breathe Right nasal strip?
No. All right, so anyways, you go to Florida.
Yeah, we came back, I got divorced, and you were just there, chilling. I came back with an album, and you had already had one recorded, but didn't release it.
Yeah, that's my MO.
Yeah, you got like more albums you haven't released than you did release.
I think
I got a lot of them too.
I think I'm currently sitting. You still have like 2 or 3. I have 2 albums written, and
yeah, when we lived together down here back in 2008, I burnt the back before like hard drives and flash drives and stuff. It's amazing how fast technology rolls.
Yeah, let me tell you.
I burnt CDRs of all your data content that you had on the computer.
Really? You just like went in CIA style and stuff?
Yeah. So I got like all the songs.
Good for you, because I just ruined my computers.
Yeah.
And then I just put them in my closet and say, hey, one day I'm going to take apart this hard drive.
So I came back. This album, not perfect, but big step up, right?
Yes, as opposed to a step down.
And then we did a couple more shows, and we recorded a group album around that same time, like the next year. 10 years ago, almost this summer. Tipping the Scale, our third album. Yeah, 10 years. Yeah, crazy.
I gotta keep these glasses on.
A great album, though, was it not? Tipping the Scale.
Like you try to hear that? It's like it's Freudian. It's a great album there. Tales from Tipping the Scale.
No, Tales from the Barnyard was okay. Yeah, not good enough that I really like to go back and listen to it, but it was a step up from where it was, so I was happy with it at that.
Tales from the Scale.
But Tipping the Scale, I listened to that a lot. As a matter of fact, I still, when I went on to do my own solo run, I still went back and performed a lot of those songs live.
Yeah, I know. It was great. It was great to hear other people rap my verses.
I did DGAF, and I did What You Want to Do, I think, once or twice.
Oh, yeah.
And then I did Listen Up quite a bit, too, which were all good songs. I mean, so this album, pretty solid, I would say, right?
Yes, if it was remastered and
Sure, because it was still done super independent and did shitty on, like, not good equipment.
Yes.
Compared to, like, what we work with now. Because, I mean, like, nowadays, you know, all of our albums are Pro Tools and all that shit. But, like, back then it was, like, Acoustica and a microphone.
Yeah,
the microphone wasn't in a sock hanging from the ceiling, though, at least.
We made some progress from... I don't know, like, with the crap that we worked with.
Tipping the Scale was very listen-toable. Very listen-toable.
Yes, listen-toable.
Extremely listen-toable. I think, you know, the songs, like, the way that the album flowed, the variety of songs, and, like, it was just good. Yeah. We meshed well as a group at that time. And we kind of solidified what Hokum was, I think, at that point, too. From working on solo projects, because I had done 2 solo projects by then. You'd done a whole bunch. So it was like we kind of got a feel for what we're like by ourselves. And like with the Hokum album, at that point, it's like we got our solo shit, so we can, if there's something we really want to do or a way that we need to be, we can do it that way. The Hokum album, it's like all bets are off. We can just kind of have fun with it, do whatever the hell we want, because
we could rise from the Indian Hills.
So I mean, if you wanted to be like, I'm LucasJames, I want to sound like this, you can do that on a LucasJames album. Or the Hokum album, you can just fuck it. I don't care.
I can be Lukey again.
Lukey Slapnut Steel Balls. I forgot that one from the intro. All right, so
they used to call me that, and when I say they, I mean myself.
Did we?
You know what I mean?
Did we do anything after that? At that point, did we do anything with ourselves?
We went to the gathering.
Yeah, we went there and performed in front of nobody. I mean, there were people in the room. If you call it a room.
There was that one kid. He's always there.
We lost him when I did the Triple H thing, though. We did. There was a breakdown in the set where, like, our music just stopped and it turned to Triple H's theme. The part where he's on the side of the ring and he spits the water under the spotlight. And I did that on stage thinking everybody go, oh, sweet, he did the Triple H thing. And everybody just looked at me like,
what is going
fuck
on?
This is... And everybody just completely lost interest. Anybody that was paying attention at that point lost interest.
He's like, this is not a wrestling show.
Yeah.
They are clearly not in the JCW arena.
Yeah, we lost them. Because I think we were going through a period there, or at least I was in my own head, where we were like, kind of like the NWO of hip-hop, where we were going to be like, steal a little bit of the NWO's gimmick, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, incorporate a little wrestling and mayhem into the act. But we didn't really, I don't know, where did that go? What happened to life after that? That was 2006. Oh, we moved downstate. We got this album. We're going to move downstate together. We're going to do some shows. We're going to get out of the UP where there's no opportunity. We're going to move to Grand Rapids where we got lots of opportunity.
We're going to burp and sound like Homer Simpson.
And then we got to Grand Rapids and we did 2 shows. Remember those 2 shows?
Yeah, Miller's Cave. What was the other one? The break room? Yeah. Do those places even exist anymore? Break Room has closed down, and Miller's Cave has been closed since the day that we rapped there.
Yeah, they've...
As a matter of fact, I think it was closed when we rapped there.
Yeah, we were working, we met up
great.
with a rapper named Ill Content. We met him at Fat Foot Fifra.
Oh, yeah, Fat Foot Fifra. I'll show you what. I'll show you my
gal. Down Fat Foot Fifra.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You can give me a flower over there, and you know what I mean? I'll show you my gat. I got
yeah, he had a gat. He wanted to show us. He was very proud of that he had a gat.
He worked for
one of them kind of rappers, you know?
Yeah, he scared me. Came.
Yeah, he was in our house and everything.
He might even, he might even live on this block. I have no idea.
Yeah, he might. No, I'm pretty sure he's non-existent now because I'm still Facebook friends with his buddy E-Dubs.
Yeah.
And he still does shit.
Eric Christian?
Yes. He's still in existence. So
Man.
yeah.
I wonder if content's in prison.
So we did
Probably is.
2 shows, and then
Wore matching costume.
and then life just shit on us, right?
Kind of.
You started eating spaghetti noodles with mustard,
Ketchup.
Dijon mustard. I remember
It was ketchup.
the spicy brown.
Yeah.
You had the spicy brown mustard in there too, not
Yeah,
just ketchup, was it? But that was like your whole diet, like noodles and
ketchup and potatoes and tomato sauce and burgers with Swiss cheese and spicy brown.
So what happened at that point? I mean, was it just like being away from home in a new area just like wigged you out, or what happened?
Yeah, the chemical changes in my brain made me a psychopath.
Like in what way though? Like you had heavier panic attacks and everything.
Oh yeah.
And was it like being away from home though, and like just the unfamiliar, like not like it was, you know, something went wrong, nobody to fall back on?
I think
like,
it was the coldness of Kentwood, Michigan.
What do you mean the coldness?
Everything was industrialized.
Living
Everything
in
was
that
like
area?
Yeah, it was like flat. You know what I mean? Like it was not. It wasn't like right now in the neighborhood that we're sitting in right now. There are trees and there are people and there are
yeah,
it's
unlike
a community. Yeah. So, but I mean, like where we lived was just a bunch of apartment complexes mixed with factory.
So how did it make you feel inside?
Cold.
Because we were living that life. We lived in an apartment. We worked in factories.
I didn't want to do that.
Yeah, I didn't either. Because, I mean, at the same time, I got depressed. I don't know if it was because you did or because but I followed shortly. And that's where I kind of like, because up until this point, I was like the aimless stoner that got kicked out of high school. So I had like a GED, working in a factory. And I'm just like sitting in this factory. And I get to a point where I'm looking around at like the 45-year-old guys. And I'm like, I don't want to do this the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I got a GED. What kind of job? I mean, this is probably the best job I'll ever get right here. And it like all sunk in there. Like, oh, this sucks. And I got super depressed myself. And I decided I was going to move home and fucking go to school. Right?
Yeah.
There's a chipmunk in the bushes.
Might be a skunk.
You got skunks?
Yeah, dude. Raccoons, skunks.
Well, it's not gonna run up here.
Squirrels, lemurs.
Lemurs. You got lemurs.
Tigers.
So essentially, we like moved down. 2 small town rapper kids moved down by themselves to a bigger city with dreams of making it big, and then we just got sucked into like a shitty existence of adulthood that we weren't ready for or wanting necessarily.
Yeah, I really wasn't prepared for adulthood.
Like the factory, like paying bills and having to do a thing, you know. So you actually got better because you met a girl, and we don't need to go into that if you don't want to. But things got good for you, and you stayed down here and pursued that angle.
Yep.
I moved up to the UP and went back to school.
Yep.
And then I brought an album up with me because I did record another solo album before I left. When I moved back to the UP, that's when Dusty was like, I met Dusty. Well, I had already known Dusty, remember, because he had his car stolen when we were down here at the concert. But that's when he... And I had never liked him at that point. I thought he was kind of like balls annoying friend.
Yeah, he was a douche.
Yeah. So he was like kind of trying to like inspire me to get back into making music and stuff, and I had brought an album up with me but didn't do anything with it.
Yeah, but all that album was fuck Skitzo.
No, it wasn't. Not at all.
Yeah, it was.
No, not one bit.
Yes. Oh, you can sing and rap? Fuck you. That's what you were saying, man.
No, that wasn't about you. You just take that
you
personally.
hated me.
So you stayed down here. I went up. He talked me into kickstarting the music thing again, and then we just took off and had a whole nother run. Like, we started doing shows fucking everywhere. I took that album that we recorded down here, Suburban Legend. Started off with that. And then I did Ruthless Hardcore Hip Hop, which I came down here to record with you. Because, of course, we make the best music together always. And that was by far the best album I've ever done, ever. And then...
Which I don't have a copy of, and I'm very
You don't
sad
got Ruthless
about that.
Hardcore Hip Hop?
So I don't have a copy of nothing.
How do you not have this? You recorded it. The file should be...
What about
Codeman still has the file,
what?
every little voice file I recorded for that shit.
Derp.
Yeah, so everything that happened during our run with everybody hating on me is what fueled that second run, and I would venture to say I had one hell of a run, did I not, Luke? Coming back to putting myself over at the end of
put yourself over there.
Yeah.
Reigns.
And then I opened up for...
John Cena over here.
Who did I open up for? Everybody, yeah. A lot of people.
You were nice enough to put me on Anybody Killer show.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. God, Anybody Killer. What a piece of work right there.
You were working on music at the same time, were you not?
What music? Where?
Here.
Here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was working on music.
You recorded a different type of album, did you not?
Yeah.
Want to talk about that?
Sure.
What'd you record, Luke?
Well, in 2007, I came to know Christ as my Redeemer and Savior.
And that helped you get back on the path to sanity at the same time,
for sure.
Correct?
Yep.
Okay.
And I personally think...
But you're not a different... Hold on now. You're not a different person, though, by any stretch. I think some people... and I've heard this from, going back and living to the UP for a little while. People think you, turned into, a big Jesus freak and stuff, which is absolutely not the case.
Well,
you're still, regardless of your beliefs and what you do, clearly you're still Luke.
Yeah, I'm still the same. I still have the same personality traits.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. It's kind
You're
of
still cussing stuff too.
Yeah, every once in a while.
Oh, bullshit. You drop F-bombs constantly.
I'm actually...
You like to think you don't.
I'm actually trying. No, I'm serious though. You see, I'm a big book reader. Listener.
Listen to a lot of books on tape.
I do.
Very well listened.
I do. And I've been listening to the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
The Purpose-Driven Life by Rick Warren. Very, I'm going to be really weird now.
Yeah.
Right now, talking.
Okay. Share what you want to share, my man.
It's funny, though. It's kind of funny because we're doing this. But about a week ago, I rededicated my life to Christ.
Again? All over again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Completely surrendered the whole thing.
It's they always said, in wrestling, when Kurt Angle would take his straps down, that's when he was getting serious.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He had the singlet. He'd take the straps down, oh, he's getting serious now. But there would come a point in his big matches where even that wasn't enough. And then he'd get, his third wind. So he'd, put the straps back on and then take them off again just to emphasize I'm back in it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, rededicating is a very important process. But yeah, I made a Christian album.
Yeah, okay.
And,
which is actually super good. So I don't think a lot of people understand the contributions that you made as far as, you were doing shows at the Delph before anybody. You were putting on albums before anybody. You got me started in the game. You got Frantic started in the game. You got you got the whole snowball rolling. You're like the godfather of the UP hip hop. Pretty much.
Yeah.
You are. Yeah. I want people to know that. And then so you did all that, and now you got, you, in my opinion, are probably one of, if not the best rappers I've ever heard not signed.
Thanks.
Absolutely. So, to my knowledge, you're one of those guys that lives in a studio in your free time. So you're always recording songs and stuff. But to my knowledge, that was the last album that you put together, correct? Or have you done anything?
Your album?
No, your...
Oh, my Christian album.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made a... Oh, this. Being a Christian is a struggle, and it's kind of... You bounce back and forth trying to find yourself.
Yeah.
So, in the time frame between that Christian album and now, I wrote a secular album.
Secular?
Yeah, normal.
What's that mean for
a
dumb
normal
people?
rap album?
Okay.
About getting drunk and wrestling and stuff, which is fine. You can get drunk and watch wrestling. There's nothing really wrong with that as long as you don't. But I don't know. I did that. I made that whole album without recording it.
Without recording it?
I recorded 4 songs.
Okay, so you wrote a whole album.
I wrote a whole album.
Made beats for it.
Made all the beats for it.
Didn't record it, though?
Nope.
Okay.
Because I don't know, it's difficult to explain. Like, you want to do it, you're tempted to do it, you don't do it.
Like murdering people?
Yeah. Or like me, like taking painkillers or something. Like I want to take a handful of Vicodin every 3 days, but I don't.
Well, what's your beef with it? I mean, like, I guess on one hand, I wonder, like, what makes you feel like you gotta rap about getting drunk and doing, like, dumb shit that you don't believe in? Like, why not, like, some sort of middle ground where...
Because there's really no middle ground.
I think there is nowadays, though, because when you listen to, like, you follow Brother Ali quite a bit, and he's fairly religious in his own right, fairly preachy on his albums, but he's still edgy.
But Islam...
You listen to, like, I know you're probably not that big into Hobson, but he's always talking about how smoking weed's dumb and people on drugs and blah, blah, blah. He's always preaching about that kind of...
Yeah, but there's
there's
a big difference
Mad
between...
Child talking about being clean and all. I mean... I don't know. You know what I mean? Like,
but there's a big difference in taking a stance on something and then living your life as something. Like Brother Ali would be a good example that, yeah, he mentions Islam in a lot of stuff, but he's not. There's a lot of differences between Christianity and Islam, so you can't necessarily compare what you can or cannot say in either religion. You know what I mean? Like in Islam, Brother Ali could go home tonight and beat his wife. That's okay.
Blow things up.
Yeah. If you really wanted to. I mean, but the same thing. You can do that. You can skew the word in Christianity too, but you're not. But I'm saying, like, there are certain norms. It's okay. You know?
Whereas with Christianity, it's frowned upon to talk like that or be like that, so you don't want to put that out into the world as a representation of you.
Yeah, as a Christian, you're supposed to stay clean. Not like stay clean, but like keep your language clean and your way of thinking clean and your...
Okay.
I wear a wristband. It bears my name, but it also bears a passage. Romans 6. It's all about... The wristband's white because the whole Romans 6 is about being clean.
Okay. Do you not feel like... Like, okay, recording a Christian album for a Christian fan base, yeah, there's a huge market for that. I just listened to that podcast that AJ Styles did an interview for. He was talking about how he listens to Christian hip hop. So there's a huge market for it. Do you not think you could influence more people by reaching people that aren't already tapped into that culture?
Yes and no.
Like putting your message out to people that would not normally listen to a Christian rapper. They wouldn't go to the Christian rapper section of the CD store and pick it up.
Yes and no. You gotta. There's different reasons why people listen to Christian music.
Yeah.
I mean, my specific goal or purpose to do Christian music is to tell my story as a testimony to say, hey, look what I did, look where I was, look where I am now.
Right. Somebody from this life that became this person.
Yeah.
You can
so
too.
like I can use my testimony as, oh, I'm doing this to somebody, I'm as
because you've dealt with this. You're the tattooed guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't look the part at all. So you get judged.
Yeah, that's actually going to be my next tattoo.
A judge judging you?
Well, if you spell
a
out
judge just pointing a finger at you.
If you spell out judge not, it's 8 characters. And you have 8.
You're going to put it on your knuckles?
Knuckles.
You're going to have a knuckle tattoo?
This is judge not.
Ouch. You know, people are going to judge you for having knuckle tattoos.
And
It's kind of a great tattoo to put on your knuckles, though. Because people are going to read that and they're going to go, oh, this dude's got knuckle tattoos.
Yeah.
And they're going to judge you and they're going to go, but it says judge not. And it's going to make them rethink their whole life.
Yep.
It would. It's a mind fuck in itself.
It is.
So where's your music career stand now? Where do you, are you just kind of recording projects for fun? Do you plan on ever getting back out and actually, marketing yourself again? Or where does it stand at this point?
What I really want to do is figure out what my mission is supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
I know that...
And you're still on that journey right now.
Oh, yeah.
You haven't figured that out yet.
Well, I mean, I want to make albums and stuff. It's great. I like making music. But the... I don't know. I have a plan. There is an idea in mind to create a kind of a traveling live show of Christian music, and I don't know. You'll see.
So more is to come.
Oh yeah.
You're not done by any stretch.
No, you gotta see. The thing is,
you feel like you got another run in you.
Yeah,
like a
for sure.
Run.
Yeah. I mean, there are, in the genre of music that I am going to be tackling, there are artists that are in their mid-50s that are still rapping.
Oh yeah, rappers. It's not a young man's game anymore. I mean, there's a lot of young people doing it, but none of the old people go away. You know what I mean? They just keep doing it. So it's like, how do you want to be remembered for your contributions to the music scene that you created in the UP where you're from? Because down here it's a whole different game. It's a bigger pond. It's there's more people. It's but I mean, there's definitely something that was created and done up there that's hasn't been done since. Me and you did it. You were the first coming. I was the second, and now it's just dead again. Without us, there's not a scene. How do you want to be remembered in that scene?
Somebody that tried.
Tried what? Just try to make something happen. Out of
I mean, up there, I'll address Escanaba. In the UP up there, it's...
You got to do the whole UP, because even me and you did shows up in Marquette.
Yeah.
And then when I did it, I mean, we were all over Houghton and I don't even remember some of the little...
Well, there's too much complacency. There's people that just... They talk, and I know everybody's guilty of it, but when you... when I was 15 and I wanted to do shows...
Yeah.
I didn't go, I want to do a show. I'll sit around for 4 years and maybe I'll do a show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I went out and I planned a show.
Yeah.
I just want to be, I guess, somebody that actually Tried.
Yeah. All right. Well, a couple last questions here, and we can wrap this up while you get to the bottom of your Chicago-style popcorn.
It was a big bag.
Yeah, it was definitely a big bag.
Non-GMO.
Non-GMO. What's who do you now that Ted Cruz is out, who do you got in the race?
Ted Cruz.
Still Ted Cruz.
I'll vote for Ted Cruz.
You're gonna vote for Ted Cruz.
He's gonna run independent.
Yeah. We'll see.
Donald Trump.
Not Hillary. No.
Okay.
All right. And
I see. I
go ahead. Get on your soapbox.
I'll get on my soapbox and step off the Obama hope box.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like Hillary Clinton.
Shocker.
Because I am one of those people that have to pay taxes.
Yeah, exactly.
So
that's the truth of it. I'm with you. But
I'm an old man who pays
It's
taxes.
a divisive subject, so we can just leave it there.
No.
Final question for you. When are we doing the next Hokum album?
Look at this kid
Put you right on the
scheming. Put my glasses back on.
Like a Hokum EP, not like a fully.
Shoot, I don't know.
Not like a fully, but like a 4 or 5.
I would do
track,
do a fun party album that's clean.
I don't know about party because I think that insinuates, chicks and booze and drugs. That's party.
Let me ask you this, Sheep.
Just like a straight hip hop album, man. Just fucking some raps, just some tight flows.
I'll do some tight raps.
Just
Why
some
not?
flows.
It'd be great.
Yeah.
Whenever.
No, not saying we gotta make a big thing of it. Just put some tracks together, put out a little project for the people that might want to hear it. If there's anybody
Anybody want to hear it?
songs. I'm sure you got the beats laying around and half the verses written anyway.
Yeah, I got some beats. You want some beats?
Yeah. All right. Anything else you want to get off your chest or plug or anything?
No.
How long did this go? We might have to make this a 2-parter.
A long way. It's 11:34 at night.
Yeah, I didn't ask what time it was. I asked how long the podcast went.
I don't know. 3,402 bars.
Okay. All right.
My
Well,
throat hurts from talking so much.
LucasJames, Skitzo, Skitsfonizzo,
Hi.
Lukey, Slapnuts, Steel Balls,
Yes.
LJ, Pugsley,
Yes.
Violent J.
It's
It's been real.
been really real.
My name is The Sheep, and this has been The Underground Sound, the podcast for your mom's ass.
Lord God, you are the music, you are the truth, you are mine.
Check this out. And I can never thank you enough. I was lost, not on pace for porn, but then you dug me from the rough and placed me on a green, so serene like a dream. Lush ground, bless my feet, with a place I've never been. I've never seen except the screens up on the television screen. Now my eye gleam is like a sunbeam that makes you that I'm not playing that day. You wash my sins away. I'm not, I honestly don't even know what to say except thank you. I give you my life as my sacrifice, my mind, my body, my mic, my rights, my mic. And after all the time that I spent prior to that day, scratch it all is considered a waste. Now on pace for heaven's gates, I still face trials and tough times in the wake of my day to day. But when snakes slither around and the world trembles to ground, I know that the rock I plan my life on is sound. This unchangeable confidence can only be heaven sent. Deny any temptation with your words, it's all relevant to any situation that I be facing. You built me like a soldier, pray you continue to strengthen. And I know to let go and trust your words true. Straight from you, 3:16 and Timothy number 2. And I know to let go and love your pure truth, because I am what I am, and it's all because of you, Lord. Lord God, you are the one God. You are my rock, God. You are my strength. Lord
So many miles to travel, so many more mountains to climb, so many more paths for me to walk upon, so many more wrongs to right.
Man, I was lost in this world, no plan, no girls, no worries, cause I was a child. But back in my mind I saw a light that I let it shine to the fullest on the record, and I got buck wild. Wow, what a mistake. I thought people bought the album, mixed reviews, but the cheers, I know I had them. So I kept on, and in fact the next two were scrap. Made me laugh though to think that people were paying to get in my souls and let it flow. Me and Dubs rocked the stage like pros with no mistake. I knew I had to make something grow. And this boy to a man journey was captured, transforming raps are on the record, and I tracked the path with no regrets. I moved forward, saw many pitchforks, but rose like a phoenix in this aftermath. But I arose like a phoenix in its aftermath. And I keep trying and trying to find the right things to try. And I'd be lying if I said this time wasn't mine to shine. But there are many miles against so many mountains to climb. I let the rhyme be the ride, dedication to guide. And I keep trying and trying to find the right things to try. And I'd be lying if I said this time wasn't mine to shine. But there are many miles against so many mountains to climb. I let the rhyme be the ride, dedication to guide. So as I stand in the studio booth, I kick truths, got loose and wiggle but never buzzed off the track. The rap skills rose, I never stuck up my nose. I stayed true to where I come from and where I stand at. And that's why you see me kicking with the same crew that I did when I sucked, cause I know they tell the truth. No matter what, it's 1-3 on the fucking scene. I got it tatted on my arm to remember where I've been. It's just a trip to know that possibilities are endless. Raise stress, relax, kick my feet up and rest. Man, I could even rap this verse in my sleep. Look in the mirror like it's too easy to me. For what once was a dream is now 20 feet away in my line of sight. For what once was a dream is now 20 feet away in my line of sight. And I keep trying and trying to find the right things to try. And I'd be lying if I said this time wasn't mine to shine. But there are many miles against so many mountains to climb. I let the rhyme be the ride, dedication to guide. And I keep trying and trying to find the right things to try. And I'd be lying if I said this time wasn't mine to shine. But there are many miles against so many mountains to climb. I let the rhyme be the ride, dedication to guide.
So many miles to travel,
So many miles to
so many more mountains to climb,
So many mountains to
so
climb.
many more paths for me to walk,
Many paths,
so
oh,
many more wrongs to right.
so many roads.
And I keep trying and trying to find the right things to try. And I'd be lying if I said this time wasn't mine to shine. But there are many miles against so many mountains to climb. I let the rhyme be the ride, dedication to guide. And I keep trying and trying to find the right things to try. And I'd be lying if I said this time wasn't mine to shine. But there are many miles against so many mountains to climb. I let the rhyme be the ride, dedication to guide. And I keep trying and trying to find the right things to try. And I'd be lying if I said this time wasn't mine to shine. But there are many miles against so many mountains to climb. I let the rhyme be the ride, dedication to guide. And I keep trying and trying to find the right things to try. And I'd be lying if I said this time wasn't mine to shine. But there are many miles against so many mountains to climb. I let the rhyme be the ride, dedication to guide.
So many miles to travel,
So many miles to
so
travel.
many more mountains to climb,
So many mountains to
so
climb.
many more paths for me to walk
Many
upon,
paths,
so
oh,
many more wrongs to right. But I try.